So let's jump into creating a demo kitchen. This is a random kitchen that I found online, but I thought this is going to be a good example of the things that we can create inside of Cabinet Maker. You can see we have cabinets on multiple walls. We have gaps for appliances. We have cabinets at multiple depths and multiple heights. Some are open, some are closed, and we have a mix of drawers, as well as a corner cabinet and a pantry here on the side. So to start it off, we're going to come over to cabinets, and we're going to be doing an L-shaped kitchen because that is what this kitchen is shaped as. And then the first thing we're going to do is define our room. I've actually already done this before, so I was able to dial in all the dimensions so you guys wouldn't have to sit here and wait for me to. So let's go ahead and put in those dimensions. The width is going to be 150. The length is going to be 122. And then the height is going to be 90. And then we're going to do L-shaped. And then from here, we can go ahead and start adding in our cabinets. So I'm just going to add in the number of cabinets first, and then we'll go in and define those dimensions. So looking back at our image, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different cabinets. So really like 5 different cases that we're going to have to build. So I'm going to go ahead and add those in. 1. And the first one is going to be a frameless wall cabinet. So it's going to have double doors, and we'll add those in a minute. The next one is going to be the same thing. We're just going to duplicate that. Then we're going to duplicate that. And so all of those are going to be exactly the same. We're just going to duplicate those down the line. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and start adding in some dimensions as well as defining some of the characteristics of each of these cabinets. First, we're going to jump into this first cabinet right here. So the upper on wall number 1, I'm going to double click that, and we are into our cabinet. I'm going to change the width of this to be 36 inches. It's going to be longer because it's going to be double cabinet. The height is going to be 20. And then the depth is going to be 32. It's going to be longer because it's sitting over a fridge. Now, as of right now, this is just one door, but we definitely want multiple. So we are going to to add in another door, we actually do that under the door swing. And so you can see it's actually giving you a warning. We recommend not to do a cabinet with a door that is longer than 2 feet. So we're going to add in the double. So we do both. Now we get both of our doors, and we'll keep the same stock hinges. I'm going to drop the doors out for a second because I want to see my shelves. I'm going to say, we don't know, but I'm going to say it's probably just one shelf in there. And then we do want to change the door style to be a shaker, and I want my border to be 2 inches going in both directions. And then we're going to do a pull. And we're actually going to move that up so it doesn't look quite as off. So I'm going to set my offset on my Y. So you can actually adjust where the holes for these pulls are going to be. So if I set that to 3 inches, then it's looking like it lines up pretty well. So that is our first cabinet, and it is good to go. Now, one thing we didn't do is adjust any of our room-wide properties. You can see we're using butt joints and stretchers for the top panel style. That's because we're using a cabinet top. But just like you saw previously, you can adjust your materials, finishes, and even the front style. I'm not changing my front to a shaker style right now. And that's because the drawers later, I do want to be flat. I don't want them to be shaker. So I'm just adjusting the doors as we go. All right, so we have our next cabinet. I'm going to double click into cabinet number 2. I'm going to adjust the dimensions. This one's going to be skinnier at 12, 30, and 12. And then again, our front is going to be shaker, 2 inches, and we do want to have a pull that is up 3 inches. So just like what we had before, and we want this to open to the left, and we want this to open to the left. All right, so for our next one, that one is going to be a double cabinet, so we need to make it wider. This one's going to be 30 inches by 20 by 12, and this is the one that is going right here over the oven. We want the door style to be shaker with a 2-inch border, and we want it to open both directions, so we get the double door, and then we want a pull that is up 3 inches. So those are going to stay the same as we go through each one. All right, that one is looking good. We're going to come back out. If I click on the wall, you can see this is starting to take shape. All right, next up is going to be this guy right here. This one's going to be a little bit wider, with a height of 30 and a depth of 12. This one also is going to be a double door, shaker style, 2 inches on the border, and then 3 on the pull. And last but not least, we have the last cabinet on this wall, and this one's actually going to be open. So I'm gonna click into that one. This one's gonna be 24 inches by 30 by 12. We don't want a door, so I'm going to take that off, but we do want 2 shelves. So I'm gonna go in and add 2 shelves. And I'm also just realizing that I didn't go in and add shelves to these 3 cabinets. So I'm gonna add a few shelves to those cabinets real quick. All right, so moving along, we're gonna go ahead and do our base. I'm actually gonna delete this one. I was just playing around with some stuff earlier. We're gonna go ahead and add a gap because this is going to be our fridge. So the width of this is going to be 36 inches. So I'm gonna jump into here and define 36 inches as kind of your standard. And then we are going to have a drawer, another gap for the oven, and that gap is going to be 30 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that one in while we've got it. And then we've got a drawer and door combo. And then finally, we have our corner cabinet. And you can see that we're getting the error saying that some cabinets aren't shown because you have more cabinets that fit along your walls in your room. And that is because some of these are too wide. Specifically, these 2 we need to make smaller. So you'll see the corner cabinet actually come in here in a second once we adjust these. But just know if you add more cabinets that can actually fit in your room, that is what's going to happen. So the drawers, I'm gonna come in here and adjust it. First off, it is going to be 12 inches by 34.5 by 24. And the only thing special with this guy is we are going to add in our pools. So go ahead and add that. Now I'm gonna keep all the spacing and the dimensions the same. I'm gonna come back out to show all cabinets. Then I'm gonna jump into our drawer and door cabinet. So this one right here. Double click on that. And this one's gonna be much smaller, 12 inches. And for the front, we do want the door, but we don't need it going in both directions. It just needs to open to the right, I believe. Let me add the pull in. Yep. And we do want to have our shaker style for this guy. So for the door style, I'm gonna do shaker. Again, 2 inches, and then 3 inches for the offset. And then we are still getting the error for our base cabinet, and that is because we actually need to adjust the size of the base cabinet. So to do that, I'm gonna double click into here, and now we can see our base cabinet and how it's kind of like sticking through a wall. I'm going to adjust that from 42 inches down to 32 inches. And now it's actually inside. So if I come back out to the entire kitchen, you can see we've got our entire cabinet that is in there. But I'm gonna jump back into it and adjust a few things. That is going to be the front. I want that to be a shaker style, 2 inches. And I do want a pull on here, so I'm gonna add a pull to it. But I want it to actually open the other direction. So I'm gonna do a left-handed door swing, and all that really adjusts for you is just where the holes are gonna go for the hinges. And with that, that thing looks great. I'm gonna come back out to show all cabinets. I'm gonna click the wall. You can see if we compare it to this picture, we are pretty much there. All right, so next up, we're gonna move on to our second wall. So I'm actually going to collapse all of these just to clean it up. And I'm gonna come down to wall number 2. Now the top's gonna be fairly easy because it's basically a huge gap, and then we have a single cabinet at the top. So I'm gonna do a gap, and that's gonna be for our big window. And then we're gonna do a upper wall cabinet. Now I already know my spacing, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that in. This is actually 104 inches to push this all the way down the wall. And then if you were gonna go ahead and add in a base cabinet to the bottom, you can see it actually gets put all the way up against the left side of that wall, but that's not gonna work because we already have that corner cabinet there. So the first thing that you'll need to do is add a gap, and that gap is just gonna be the width of your base cabinet. So in our case, again, that was 32 inches. So I am going to define that as 32. And then from there, I can go ahead and add in my cabinets. And then looking back at my picture, we've got a sink cabinet. So we have a false front on that top portion. Then we have a gap for our washing machine. Then we have drawers, and then a door cabinet. So I'm gonna add in my sink cabinet. I'm gonna add in my gap. Gonna add in my drawers. And then finally, I'm going to add in one more door cabinet on the end. So I'm gonna go in and define the characteristics for the sink. So depending on the type of sink that you get, you may or may not need stretchers. In our case, we're gonna leave the stretchers on there. For the door style, I'm gonna do shaker. Once again, 2 inches. And then we are gonna do a pull that is up 3 inches, so just like before. And we're gonna keep all of the dimensions stock for this guy. And then for this gap, it is gonna be 24 inches, so that is good to go. Kind of your standard dishwasher distance. And then for the drawers, this one is also going to be stock. The only thing we need to change is we need to add in our pull type. So we have those in there now. And then last but not least, we need to adjust our lower cabinet. So this one is gonna come up a little bit higher because we are mimicking this pantry. So an upper and a lower for the cabinet. This could be built as one solid piece, but in our case, we're making it 2 that stack on top of each other with the doors added onto each one. So it's going to come up higher, and it actually looks like it comes up even with the bottom section of the upper cabinets. So to do that, we are going to adjust the height, and we're gonna make it a little bit wider, so 24 inches. The height is going to be 58. And the depth is going to stay the same. And then just like with everything else, we're gonna do shaker style, 2 inches, and a pull. All right, and so then the very last thing that we need to do is adjust this last upper cabinet so that it fits on the lower one. So I'm gonna click into that. This one is going to be 24 inches wide. It's gonna have a height of 32 and a depth of 24. And then the front and then the same things for the door, except we want this one to be opening in both directions. And then I'm also going to add in a few shelves to this one. And the same with this guy. I also want to add in a few shelves. Let's say we'll do 4 shelves. All right, then we're gonna jump back out, and you can see from here, we have our kitchen built out. All right, so then our next step is to get this into easel so that we can cut everything out. I'm gonna come up here to nest. I'm going to be using 4x8 sheets of plywood. I'm gonna keep basically everything stock, so the margin and the space between everything. And then I'm gonna go to replace existing workpieces. And you can see we have 14 panels, looks like, of 3/4 inch. And then we've got 2 panels of 1/2 inch. And since we're doing the shaker style doors, let me go back in and adjust the door material to be MDF so that we can actually carve into it. So coming back into our properties for the entire room, I'm gonna go into the materials, and the other materials, I'm going to uncheck that. So now I can adjust individual materials depending on what we're working with. So that includes the drawers and door fronts. So I want that to be MDF. I'm going to change the finishes on everything as well, just to make it look like our mock kitchen. So I want to do white and white. So a very white kitchen to reflect the one that we were working with. But since we adjusted the materials, we now need to re-nest it because those drawer fronts and door fronts are going to be on their own pieces. So you can see now we have our MDF showing up. That's going to be 3/4 of an inch. And then we have 3/4 of an inch for plywood, for birch plywood, and then 1/2 inch as well. So replace existing work pieces because everything is going to get readjusted. And when I do that, you can see that we have 12 panels of our birch plywood. So those are going to be all of the carcasses or all the cases. And then it looks to be 3 panels of our MDF and then 2 panels for what looks to be mostly drawers for the kitchen. And you're probably going to be using a 1/4 inch bit that could be like upcut or compression. Looks like on my account, I've actually set a custom feed rate of 220, but a lot of the bits that you purchase from us will have recommended cut settings, and then you can dial those in and adjust them as needed.